please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. What do you got here?
So, organization of the board, so we will now have you be chair.
Well, I think, yes, I think we have to have nominations and vote on that first.
Okay,
I nominate Tom Broker, Chairman of Des Moines County Board of Supervisors.
is Shane on or no? No?
He's having some issues getting connected. He's hopefully he'll be on here in a minute.
I think he has issues every time. Yeah, I think.
Second.
You want a second it? Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe not wait till last.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker,
yes,
okay.
I nominate Jim Carrey, Vice Chairman.
Shane on yet? Second.
Okay, Tom Broker,
Yes.
Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Okay.
And then, do we need to say
No,
anything
I-
about Shane or no?
Well, if he gets this done before we move, you can ask him to vote. I gotta move my computer. Shouldn't have spent as much time thinking about this morning, Colin. Excuse me, poor preparation. No, I'll figure it out.
Let's figure it out.
I'll get close to figure it out anyway. Oh, yeah. Okay. We have any changes to the team? Shane on there yet? I know he's trying to get on. He picked up some sort of germs over the break. Do we have any changes to the tentative agenda?
I have none.
I have none. I have an agenda. Meet with department heads, elected officials. Sarah Doty, Des Moines County Auditor.
Good morning, just getting ready to start budget meetings and trying to get everything lined up for that, so just business as usual.
Thank you. Sheriff Glendon.
Good morning. Everything's going good on the law enforcement side. Out of the jail, we have 99 in our population, 20 are out of county, plus 1 juvenile. We've got a busy court service day today, as you can see out in the hallway and throughout the day. Also have some scheduled that are already going to be heading out this week, so hopefully we'll see those numbers soften. It's that time of year, and that's what we're hopeful for, so we'll see how it goes.
Rodney Gleason. Rodney Gleason, maintenance.
Good morning, happy new year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Working on the budget, got a lot of different things going on with it, so a lot of different things to try and figure out. Got a meeting with our account manager at Alliant Energy today to hopefully see what those Iowa utility board rates kind of do, and how that's gonna affect some of our utility rates for all of our accounts that we have, so we're just working really hard on the budget. Tiger Grant update, as you can see, missed the last meeting, because it was at had the City of Burlington Code Inspectors out at the Crisis Center for the annual real rental permit application, so we didn't have no issues out there, that went well. But they tried buttoning everything up here out front before Christmas to getting the Main Street done. So it's pretty well kind of buttoned up for the winter. They'll be back in March to do the sidewalks. So the parking lot is back open to the public to use. Just gotta watch the little bump outs they have. We set some cones up where you can kind of see the curbs. Without them cones, it all kind of blends in, it's all kind of the same colors, so I would say just for some of the people coming into that lower south parking lot, kind of be mindful of the little bump out curbs coming in and out of that parking lot. We did lock the back door down, so it's kind of back to building operation as normal. Use the parking lots as normal until March, and that'll all change again when they come back to do the sidewalks, so kind of glad that's buttoned up for now, but we'll get back at it, change things up in March. Finalizing some of the minor punch list things on the jail project, still
Okay.
finalizing that, but
Yep.
on that, just a lot of different things going on.
Good.
A lot of different things going on, plenty busy, so that's about all I have.
Thank you, Rodney. Once you mentioned the bump outs, I'd like to get an engineering idea. What do you estimate the longevity of those curves?
Well, they'll be hated from day one by everybody else. Every truck driver, anybody with no turning radius, and the snow plows will be very hard on them. So I guess,
Just,
you know,
just curious.
aesthetics instead of function, I guess.
Not intentionally, but I'm sure we'll be testing those out
There's,
when we get some snow.
you just drive through any town somewhere and you'll see them, you know, they're missing a chunk here and there because snow plows.
Thank you. Colin Durst, IT.
Good morning, keep busy like always, nothing really new to report. Exciting week of budget hearings.
Jared, land use.
Morning. I don't really have anything new to report, just have one item on the agenda and probably have another minor subdivision next week, so just keeping busy as usual.
Thank you. Chris Lee, conservation.
Hi, good morning. So aside from budget like everybody else, two big things we're working on is we're working on getting the final touches put on the Ranger House cabin. And we're planning on going live with it, sometime in the not too distant future. It's kind of one of those things, like the last 20% of the renovation seems to take 80% of your time. It's like every time you think you're done, you're like, oh, well, we need to do that, and that, and that, and that, and that too. And so the guys are up there kind of working on that, and we hope to go live with that. It'll be online reservations just like everything else. And going live with that, I'm gonna be reaching out to some inspectors. I wanna have an inspector come up and inspect it as if it were a rental property. Just make sure that we've dotted all of our I's and crossed all of our T's from a safety and operations perspective. But we're getting close on that. And then still kind of grinding away at the renovations to the nature center, looking at getting our admin office moved over into there before spring. We gotta wait for approval from the DNR because the state actually owns Stars Cave and the nature center. So waiting on approval for them before we do any actual construction in there, but moving a lot of things around, reorganizing, which needed done anyway, which is kind of cool. Some of the things that we found is pretty neat. Bob wrote an article on that here last week, I think. Some pretty stuff would come up in the attic, but we'll be grinding away at that and hoping to get moved into there, like I said, before spring. So that's about what we got going on.
Thank you. Cheryl McVeigh, budget director. I'm assuming you're just in here to practice your looks at the board if we do something you don't
Yes.
like during budget hearings.
What do you think of this one?
They all look familiar.
I have 2 agenda items that's on my radar for today, so still waiting for the state to release our budget software program so we know what they're gonna do with our levy rate next year. They still have that locked down, so
That's the information we were supposed to have on December 1st.
yes.
Yep. We're there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cheryl. Natalie Steffner, Des Moines County Recorder.
Good morning, just a little update on our digitizing projects. The mortgages that we had uploaded, all the images, there were 62 of those books. We have indexed 36 of those, so that's like 1,000 documents, I guess, per book. So I feel that's going very well. And otherwise, we'll just continue doing all that indexing for this year, get some more of that stuff uploaded. And yep, tomorrow I have my budget hearing, so looking forward to be back in here.
I bet. Lisa Schaefer, Des Moines County Attorney.
Good morning. We are busy. Obviously, the attorneys are adapting to staff changes, so we feel like we're busier than maybe than we normally are, but I think the numbers are still kind of fluid, but we feel very, very busy because we're trying to subsume Colin's caseload. And then we have another personnel action on the agenda today, and then just working on the budget.
So everybody, it's not just Colin with the caseload. He's
I'll offload some if you want.
a law-abiding citizen. Brian Carter, Des Moines County Engineer, the floor is yours.
Thanks. Good morning, I guess. Off into a new year. Eventually it's gonna be winter, but we've been pretty mild so far, so. The guys are gonna start working on some stuff up along 99, so if you hear about anything up there, though I'm sure they'll have a one-lane dynamic going on. I don't know if they'll have lights or not, but I'm sure they'll have, they'll have lights on their trucks. But either way, we're gonna, we've got at least 3 or 4 spots up there where we have culverts that have sucked holes, little concrete culverts, and we're gonna see if we can, if they're fixable or not, I guess is what we're gonna check to see if we can do with our own crew. With the mild weather, we decided that'd be something we could go after, and it's not frozen, and we've had just enough rain to make it muddy in the bottom of the ditches. So gotta pick your place to dig a hole this time of year. So I don't know, unfortunately, the weather hasn't been the kindest to us, so, and it sounds like we're gonna freeze pretty good next week, so it kinda looks to me like we may roll into the next couple months of winter with a lot of potholes, but once we freeze, then we're frozen in the mornings right now, so it's not like there's blading weather all day long, so that 2 inches of wet snow and day-long drizzle stuff doesn't do our gravel roads any favors at all, so. But it is what it is. We'll do what we can and fix them up, and I think all in all, for the conditions, the roads are in pretty good shape, but there's certainly more holes, potholes than we prefer to see going into winter time. Or going into freeze time, I guess we're in winter. So, other than that, like everybody else, working on budget. Been talking to Cheryl. The unknown is not surprised, sadly, with anybody that's dealt with the state for as long as we have, but it sure adds a layer to it, I guess. But other than that, plenty of stuff going on, trying to get all our stuff together. We do have a couple bids coming up this month. We have a project in the DOT letting, and that is the paving for Golf Course Road Hill. So I guess I'd mention that to you because it seems like a while since we've talked about it, but that is in the January letting with the DOT. So that's a farm to market project. Obviously not a particularly large project. We did something a little bit different with that one than normal. Normally we try to get our projects wrapped up before harvest. And with that location, harvest isn't quite as big a factor, just simply because you can use Highway 99 in the 4-lane, particularly when you start thinking about the ethanol plant. Obviously there's elevators downtown, so it does impact that maybe a little bit, but we are also in a letting for 2 ARPA bridges, or 2 bridges that are using majority ARPA funding on. That one is a local letting, January 11th, that we'll do down here with Sarah, I'm sure. We did not want those projects overlapping. Now, I can't guarantee they won't overlap because obviously contractors you can't tell a contractor the exact 3.5 months they can work on a project or whatever it is. So you always have that gamble, but we wanted to lay some flexibility. So the Golf Course Road project, we actually moved that late start date all the way back into October to allow some flexibility for that. And then the 2 bridges we're bidding, I wanna say their late start date is sometime in early June, which if they wait till the late start date, that should mean both of those bridges are done by harvest. Also done by October. So there are no guarantees, there's a chance. For instance, the worst of that would probably be Upper Flint being closed at the same time that Golf Course Road is closed, because that's not what you want. But we had deadlines on the ARPA funding that we wanted to be nowhere near. And we were planning all along to do the Golf Course Road project this year. So tried to separate them as best we can, and we'll see how the best laid plans work out, but we'll know quite a bit more this month on all three of those, I guess, projects. So as we go further along, I'll let you know. That will also be a significant factor for my budget also, particularly on the 2 bridges. Anyway, a lot of stuff going on in-house is what I'll say, to try to get ready for the future.
Give you the benefit of my experience, the best laid plans of mice and men always go the same way.
Yeah, I'm with you. You do what you can, and then you get stuck explaining to people on the phone that there's only so much control that you can have, so.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Shane, Mr. McCampbell, I'd
Yes, sir.
like to hear your voice again.
Yeah, sounds about the same, I think.
You sound terrible.
I
No
look
offense.
great.
What? I see your picture isn't up there.
I've never looked better, Tom.
It also says you're unverified, so I'm just gonna assume that's actually you.
It's me, Thomas.
Well, it's good to hear from you. I knew you weren't feeling well, so you take care of
You guys
yourself.
one more day, and, yeah, and I'm coming in with the mask, but I'll be past this week.
Okay, okay. Correspondence.
I have none.
I have none. Did you have any correspondence, Shane?
No, sir.
We will proceed to discussion and vote. We have a public hearing for the fiscal '24 budget amendment.
Move we go into public hearing for the fiscal '24 budget amendment.
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. Okay.
Okay,
This-
so we
this will be
have,
new.
we have requests from, the Correctional Center, Land Use, the Auditor, and Conservation. Correctional Center is requesting $56,000 for a vehicle purchase and the build, and that was in last year's budget, but they were unable to get that vehicle at that time. So that'll come out of the, Fund 8, so it will not affect general basic at all. Land use is a $2,667 correction. We didn't get their increase, I didn't get their increase put into the Tyler software last year, so we need to increase that. The auditor is requesting $14,960. That is for the mailing for the City of Burlington bond question. So that is what it costs to send all registered voters a copy of that bond question that was on the November election. So we'll get the revenue back to offset that, so it'll be neutral to the county, but it will definitely cost the city.
They like getting that bill.
Yeah, they'll love that one. So conservation, they're requesting $65,738 for the Hickory Bend Conservation Area land purchase. That has matching revenue to offset that. They're also asking for $5,011 for the water fountain at Stars Cave, and that has a grant that matches that dollar for dollar. Then there's $3,660 they're requesting for engineering expenses for a sediment pond at Big Hollow. And there's, the skid loader that they purchased, there's $20,900, that was their share of that cost, and they're gonna have offsetting revenue of $22,661 for the sale of the old one, or from the sale of the old one. So we have revenue of $108,370 and expenses of $168,936.
Is there any public comment? Sarah, did you receive any emails?
I have not received anything in the auditor's office.
Okay. Shane, Jim, did either one of you receive any comments?
Comments?
I would, if there's no comments, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Move. Second.
Sarah, I'll let you sort that out.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes, please.
Tom Broker.
Yes. Okay, we have resolution 2024-001 for first outing, for the budget amendment for fiscal year '24. Would entertain a motion to approve that budget hearing, or that budget amendment.
Move to approve budget amendment?
Second?
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. Now we have resolution 2024, number 002, to cancel outstanding checks over 1 year old. This has to be done for accounting purposes every year, and it's we've got a total of $1,441.97 to cancel those outstanding checks. I would entertain a motion to approve that resolution.
I move that we approve the cancel of outstanding checks that are over 1 year old.
I'll second that.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes.
Shane, I'm glad you did that. The biggest check in there was for you. Just kidding.
Yeah.
And we have resolution 2024, number 3. The final plat for Frank Timber subdivision.
So this is a one lot minor subdivision up in the northeast part of the county. It's right at the intersection of Mediapolis Road and Highway 99. This is actually part of the same large, several hundred acre property. We had another minor subdivision a few months ago to split off a house from the farm ground. It's a little bit further north. This time the intention is there's a large area of timber ground that is going to be sold, and this 5 acre piece is being split off so that the existing owners can retain that portion. So there is no development proposed. It's just a small, it's actually 2 separate sections around the creek, which is a levee district property. So there's a little farm field right at the intersection, and then further south there's a little piece of ground with some grain bins and a small accessory building. So and technically they are connected by a little strip in the middle, but that does cross the creek. However, we have confirmed that there are individual access points for both the north and south section from the road system, so those will continue to have access going forward. No major comments received as part of the review. The only thing we put on the resolution is just an acknowledgement that this is the vast majority of this property is within the floodplain. So again, as proposed, they're intending to develop, but just so it's on the record, we have an acknowledgement there that any new development on there most likely would require a floodplain permit in compliance with the county floodplain ordinance. So with that, we recommend approval of Frank Timber subdivision.
Move to approve resolution 2024-03 on the timber, Frank Timber subdivision.
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We will get those signed back
Thank
after
you.
the meeting, Jared, thank you. We have accounts payable claims in the amount of $798,930.96.
Move to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yep.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have payroll reimbursement claims in the amount of $335.99, $335.99.
Move to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have the 2024 board committee assignments. Supervisor, I think these are all the same as they were last year. Supervisor Carey
Move to approve.
as the College County Fair Service Agency, the Community Foundation Board, the DHLW Early Childhood Area Board, Highway 61 Coalition, Local Health Board, ex officio, the Rural Utility Service Systems, Southeast Iowa Regional Planning Commission, South Iowa Area Juvenile Detention Agency, South Iowa Crime Commission. Supervisor McCampbell has the Des Moines County Conservation Board liaison, Community Action Neighborhood Center, CAP Council, Department of Corrections, 8th Judicial District, DESCOM alternate, Des Moines County Solid Waste Commission, the GIS, Geographic Information Service Commission, Iowa-Illinois Freight Corridor, the Quad County Decategorization Board, the Mississippi Family Region 16 Workforce Development CEO Board, the Southeast Iowa Community Action Board of Directors, and Southeast Iowa Regional Trails Committee Commission. I have the City County Health Insurance Board, DESCOM, Des Moines County Emergency Management Commission, Des Moines County Joint Safety Committee, Des Moines County Safety Committee, Des Moines County Solid Waste Commission, alternate, Disaster Recovery Organization, Floodplain Advisory Member, Board ex officio, Grow Greater Burlington / Chamber of Commerce ex officio, the REAP Committee, the Rural Utility Service Systems alternate, and the Southeast Iowa Link, formerly Southeast Iowa Link Mental Health Region Board, now known as the Mental Health Agency of Southeast Iowa, and the Southeast Iowa Regional Riverboat Commission. Sarah Doty has got the City County Health Insurance Board as an alternate.
Move to approve.
Move to approve the way they stand now. Excuse me, unless anybody has any objections to it.
Shane made the first already.
Oh, did he? I'll second to that.
Okay.
Sarah?
Speak up, Shane.
Shane McCampbell,
Yeah.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. Okay, we have the, we have the 2024 condemnation commissioners. This is courtesy of the sheriff. The updated list of persons who are willing to serve as condemnation commissioners for 2024. We've got owners and operators of agricultural land. We've got Kirk Siegel, Pat Edmonds, Stan Nelson, Lee Robertson, Ron Brewer, Larry Beck, Brian Messer. City and town owners, Bill L., Dan Cahill, John Horton, Barbara Kelly, Dean Robinson, John Williams, Teresa Norton. Real estate brokers, Robert Gertis, Mark Gillette, Kent Sutton, Deb Fowler, Wen Wixom, Diane Kroll, Robert Masden, and bankers, real estate appraisers, and auctioneers. We have Ron Kelly, Kathy Conover, Dwayne Worthy, Jeff Burgess, Robert Hessler, Andrea Hartman, Brandon Orth, and Rob Ritson. Like a pretty good list. I would entertain a motion to approve that.
I make a motion to approve condemnation list as read.
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have personnel actions. We have one for the treasurer, Jennifer Phillips, Clerk 2, Motor Vehicle Department, a new hire. The new rate is $29,315.39 a year. Effective date, January 2nd, 2024.
I move to approve that.
Second.
I met this young lady this morning when I came in. She was taking a tour of the building. Janelle was touring around. She's real polite young lady.
She'll need all of that in the treasurer's office.
Yep.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes. We have one for the county attorney. We have Roberta Ford, collections clerk, resignation, effective January 5th, 2024.
Shane must be asleep. I'll move to approve.
Motion to approve.
We're, your voice is a little lower than usual.
I'll take a second.
And I think his ears are quite plugged up. I don't think we're getting a lot of communication here. Jim made a motion.
No,
If you-
I give it to him.
Oh, you
All right,
okay?
take
Shane made a
second.
motion and Jim seconded, okay.
I'll second.
Thank you, gentlemen. Sarah?
Shane McCampbell,
Yep.
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes.
We would like to thank Robbie for her, that's what she goes by as Robbie, for her years of service. She knew we were gonna be making some changes to the collections program, and so she was proactive and found herself a position in the private sector. So we wish her well.
Well, the board joins you in that wish. Okay, we have one for the secondary roads. We have Jordan Van Tagger, a design technician, a new hire. The new rate is $22.78 an hour.
Move to approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Shane McCampbell,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes.
Jordan will be moving into our office. We've been looking for a little while. This will give us, hopefully at least a year, maybe upwards of 2 years to get him fully trained before we have another retirement. And that's, the stuff he'll need to be doing is not stuff you come in and do right off the bat. So, he's already scheduled to spend 3 weeks of his life in Boone at classes for being certified through DOT stuff, and he'll do the same thing next winter also, so we look forward to getting him going. He started this morning, and he'll be a good addition is our plan.
That's good. We have minutes for the regular meeting of December 19th, back in 2023.
To approve.
Second.
Sarah?
Shane McCampbell, Jim Carrey,
Yes.
Tom Broker.
Yes.
I did say yes.
Yeah.
Public hearing.
other business?
I have none.
Shane, any other business?
No, sir.
Don't call me sir, it makes me feel old.
Hey, old man.
Thank you for that. Future agenda items. Committee reports.
I talked to Santa Claus, and he said there's a lot of people that's in this room that's gonna get lumps of coal next year. Does any of you feel like coming on? That's the only committee I had.
Shane, any committee reports?
I have none, Tom.
I had none. Public input. If anybody from the public would like to address the board, you can email the Board of Supervisors at board@dmcounty.com, that's BOARD@dmcounty.com, or you can call at 319-753-8203, extension 4. That's 319-753-8203, extension 4. We'll give you 2 minutes to initiate that email or call. Anybody in attendance have any input? What?
It's product placement.
That's how
I
he-
get a kick.
That's how he gets his advertising on YouTube, right?
Sponsor dollars.
Yeah.
We can't get YouTube to pay for things.
Right.
I'm trying to come up with a sponsor.
Got county funding somehow.
Other sources.
I trust Santa Claus came and saw you all, even if it was only just for with the bills.
Well, those show up. I would say going into budget season, I know we're in a bunch of unknowns, but boy, when you listen to a few of our neighboring counties for where their levy rates are and what they're trying to figure out, I feel like all the work that we've done here is, even though it's maybe not gonna be comfortable, it was well worth it over the last 10 or longer years. Because there's some pretty big unknowns for some of our local counties. So,
Very tough spots out there.
yeah, and a couple of them got fairly decent levies, and some of the new rules they passed put them in a tight spot over the next 4 years.
Bob, you're pretty quiet.
This is natural.
Enjoy it. We'll savor this moment. I think our 2 minutes are up, aren't they, Jim?
Well, you know, I don't know, I put my timer on for 10 minutes.
We're not waiting that
That
long.
means if it's at 8 minutes, we're good.
2 minutes are up.
Okay, with an eye, we're out of here.
Aye.
Aye. Y'all have a happy new year.
Mhm.